Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Raw.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw Dirt Sheet, the only pro wrestling podcast, news podcast you can be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson.
Yeah.
And available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to leave be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notify bell next to it. And then if you're on the iOS podcast app, if you really want to help support Going In Raw, hop on that podcast app, find Going In Raw, and leave us a rating or a review.
Yes.
It really, really does help the show.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Very much.
Yeah, we're also available at the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. I spent a good chunk of this weekend. Do we have audio?
Yeah.
Are we in sync? I'm going to find out if we're in sync. I like finding out. Yeah,
Close
we're more
enough.
Close enough. I spent a good chunk of this weekend putting together those Friendo care packages. So if you're a patron at any time, you had been a $20 patron on the Patreon, and let's say you went down to like $1 or $5, you just said, "Hey, here's your $20," and then you
still get it.
You can
Takes
still get it.
1 month of $20 patronage. You get it.
But if you have ever done it in the past and you're not on the Patreon, so you didn't know about this, by all means, you can either DM me at MFSteve here, or you can hit us up on, log back into your Patreon, send us a private message there. Let us know what your name on Patreon was, the month that you pledged, or one of the months that you pledged $20 or more.
Yeah.
And make sure that your address is correct. Maybe give us your mailing address so we make sure. And then, you'll be on the list to get it. I think I've pretty much sent them all out that are like active patrons and people who have DM'd me and said, "Hey, I was a patron."
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's plenty more out
any
there.
other, what's the correct term for that? Legacy patrons?
Grandfathered patrons.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, they're really cool. It's like a comic book and then a couple stickers.
And a print.
A poster. Yeah, a print poster thing. And then we're also at Pro Wrestling Tees. Hey, I got my Fun Wrestling shirt. These were the good days, man. Fun wrestling. Fun.
I have a Ricochet shirt on.
It's not ours. We do not.
I keep on forgetting to put my Larson head shirt on.
Oh, yeah, you need to wear that.
It's clean somewhere. It's in one of my drawers, I think. I don't know where it's at, though.
I've just lost so many shirts around this house because I have freaking stepkids everywhere. They just take my stuff.
I don't know where my Going In Raw logo shirt is.
Like my nerd,
no idea.
My nerd cubed shirt.
Oh, that's a good shirt.
It was a quality shirt. Paid a bunch of money for it, too. Supporting my friend Dan.
Gone.
Don't know where it is.
Disappeared.
Love that shirt.
That's a bummer, man.
Real good shirt. Yeah.
That is a bummer. We did Pro Wrestling Tees plug, Patreon plug. Any other plugs?
Our Clash of Champions review went up late last night.
Yes.
A lot of people are very happy about that. They're like, "Oh, well, this is quick. Wow, you guys did this right away." Wow.
Yeah, we did it right away.
Yeah, and the numbers are proven out. It's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's doing very well.
If you guys want to check that out now. The audio version is going to go up after we record this podcast.
Yes.
Forgot to do that. That's pretty much it.
You want to talk about some wrestling news?
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? We already talked about Clash of Champions. What more is there to talk about in the world of wrestling?
The XFL.
Talk about Dalton Castle. I'm going to totally try to watch Final Battle this week and do like a review maybe by Friday.
Okay.
But there's a lot on our plate.
Yeah, we were trying to get some work ahead some so we can actually relax a little bit over the holidays.
Yeah, but it's totally on my agenda to do. 2018 is going to be the year of Steve of Honor. They announced the Women of Honor Championship.
Saw that.
Steve of Honor is coming up. This is going to be my reviews for Ring of Honor.
Good. Very good. On to the news, Steve.
Oh, my goodness. We got a super chat already from Gustavo Gama. He wants you to take it off.
It's cold. It's still cold.
It's not that cold. I'm just wearing a T-shirt. I would say here's the problem with that, man.
I'm cold.
By the time the summertime comes around, you'll have no excuse. I would say just Gustavo Gama, stop sexually harassing Dad. It's not nice. It's, in this environment, in this day and age, I don't, he's just throwing money at you to take. That's rude. In the workplace, this is our workplace.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You're going to have to file some paperwork on Gustavo. We have a lot of great things to talk about today.
Yeah, we do. This first story is weird.
This is a really weird story.
Because at first, when I first saw the initial rumors and initial reports, I was like, okay, completely outside the realm of possibility. XFL was a huge bust.
Yeah.
It lasted one season, hemorrhaged all sorts of money.
There isn't even nostalgia value for it.
No, the football was awful. Right. Huge embarrassment for Vince.
What was the one thing you really remember from it?
He hate me.
He hate me. Exactly. The guy who had "he hate me" on the back of his jersey, because you could have nicknames on the back of your jersey. And the interviewer said, "Why is that? Why do you have that on the back of your jersey?"
Because he hate me.
Yeah, he just yelled that, and she's like, "Okay, back to you guys."
Granted, ESPN produced a 30 for 30, which was actually pretty good, about the XFL.
They could produce a 30 by, was it
30 for 30?
They could produce a 30 for 30 on like a turd, and it'll be amazing.
It'll be captivating.
It'll be like, 60 minutes of just pure cinematic joy.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was because of that or some other factors, but apparently, according to internet rumor and some actually kind of confirmed reporting here, it appears the return of XFL or some version of it might be on the horizon. Things started on Friday, I believe, when Twitter user Brad Shepard, who, near as I can tell, has no previous track record of breaking wrestling news whatsoever. He's a political writer.
Yeah.
He may have broken the story about the return of Vince McMahon trying to do another football league.
Yeah.
Posting to Twitter that Vince was going to bring the league back, the XFL, and could possibly announce its return on January 25th of 2018. That would happen the week in between the NFC and AFC championship games and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So there's no active football that week.
Right.
WrestlingNews.co report on Saturday that Vince, using the business entity VKM Ventures...
Oh, hold that thought really quick.
What?
Well, talk a little bit more. Have you ever fixed your audio levels on?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm a little hot. Filed trademarks for United Football League, UFL, and For the Love of Football. And Alpha Entertainment filed trademarks for URFL. All of those filed in late September.
Yeah.
WWE confirmed to Deadspin, when Deadspin inquired about all this, that Alpha Entertainment was a new venture for Vince, saying in a statement, quote, Vince McMahon has established and is personally funding a separate entity from WWE, Alpha Entertainment, to explore investment opportunities across the sports and entertainment landscapes, including professional football. Mr. McMahon has nothing further to announce at this time.
Alpha Entertainment.
And then Dave Meltzer talked about over the weekend on Wrestling Observer Radio that if Vince is taking measures to start up a new football league. He started Alpha Entertainment as a completely separate entity to spare an absolute free fall in WWE stock prices, because given the history of his previous football venture, I don't think investors would look too kindly upon it.
Shouldn't that alone tell you this is not a great idea?
There's a lot of reasons it's a terrible idea. We can get to that later.
All right.
And Meltzer also mentions that WWE filed trademarks for XFL earlier this year, I think primarily for merchandising purposes.
Yeah.
So if there's a UFL football league that Vince is funding or heading, then they're still going to throw in some nostalgia for the XFL.
Okay, here's the thing. XFL, as a nostalgic, ironic thing, would be good as a T-shirt.
I mean, we have... Is this still
it's right there. It's behind Cena.
Yeah.
So on a T-shirt, or He Hate Me on a T-shirt, I could see some friendo sending that to us as like a rib, as like a joke. Oh, it's funny because it was crap.
Yeah, it was awful.
Stupid. This is the really weird part. This second part of your notes here is fascinating. Fox Sports had an interesting take on the news coming from Shepard, who they describe as, quote, a right-wing U.S. blogger, and based on his writing, seems to be a Trump supporter.
Yeah, at one point at least.
Fox said that since, quote, news initially emerged from a political source, suggests that the league could be linked to U.S. President Donald Trump, who has spent plenty of time oddly criticizing the NFL for players kneeling, as well as its attempts to make the game safer.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost don't know how to react to it, because it seems like it's such a let's fantasy book this, Steve.
Okay, sure.
So Trump's had a lot of problems with NFL lately,
right?
So he calls
We're gonna
up.
listen, people. Hold on. We're gonna try to.
We're trying to make sense of this
We're trying to make sense of it
because it seems so outlandish
Yeah.
that Trump would call Vince McMahon in the middle of eating a Big Mac and 2 Filet-O-Fishes.
Big Mac and a chocolate malted.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm still not exactly
I think it's a chocolate
sure
milkshake.
what that is.
Calls him up and says,
Look, Vince,
there you go.
I have a great idea. The NFL right now, big problems, not good. Trying to make it safer. Let's bring back the XFL. Great idea. Okay? People really want it. They want to see players standing for the national anthem. Okay, Vince? That's what we're going to do. It's a great idea. I made your wife a small business person. It's great. Great idea. No collusion.
I'm trying not to be political here, but the guy's a buffoon.
He is a buffoon.
And this is not. Here's the thing. Things are so weird right now.
Oh, this is not outside the realm of possibility.
This is actually a very possible scenario.
Yeah, we know that the McMahons and Trump are friends, I guess. Mm-hmm. You mentioned that Linda was appointed to, I think, Small Business Administration.
Yeah.
They had that cabinet department or something.
Right, yeah.
So there's a relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
But to think that there be some sort of conversation between the two to try to create a competition for the NFL is crazy. Especially when the NFL is facing their own issues with falling attendance, falling ratings, sponsors pulling out. It's not like... And every other competitor to the NFL, going back to the 80s, has failed miserably.
Right,
Trump used to be one of the owners of a USFL team back in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
And that was like the first, I think, real attempt since the AFL at competition against the NFL, and that lasted like 3 seasons. We've seen
I think there was a 30 for 30 on that, too.
Yeah. We've seen recently, I think it was also called UFL. They had a team here.
Yeah. Was that stadium football? No.
No. Arena football is like literally
football,
the only... "quote unquote" competitor to the NFL that's managed to survive.
It's been around,
it's been around because they don't try to emulate the NFL games in a smaller field. The game's different. And you have the CFL up in Canada, and their rules are a little different too. It's a longer field, huge end zones.
So let me ask you something really quick, because you pay attention a little bit more to football than I do. Probably quite a bit, actually. The ratings for the NFL have been
on the decline
this
year.
Especially,
I think recently I was hearing something on, because I listen to sports radio
coming
here and going back home. The ratings for the
Sunday
Thanksgiving games this year were down a lot over the previous 2 years, like to the tune of like 30%.
Yeah. Is there
huge drop in ratings.
There speculation as to why that's the case?
Oh,
is it oversaturation? Is it people being freaked out by concussions?
I think it's partially that. I think some people have chalked it up to anthem protests.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, concussions, injuries, quality of the game not being as good, at least in some people's eyes. I don't think, if you could poll people, I'm sure they'll give you a variety of answers, and there'll be a plurality of responses, no majority.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like 3 years ago, it seemed like NFL reached its peak in popularity, and there's only one way to go from there, and that's down.
It seems to me that because if one of the aspects, and I kind of think this might be one of the aspects, is the oversaturation aspect of it. I think that the kneeling probably has something to do with it. I think you're right. I think it's probably like a bunch of stuff. Then if you take the kneeling, I think that would be in my opinion. I don't know who really cares about that, but I could see some people in Trump land and Trump heavy areas being like, oh yeah, well screw them, they don't love America or whatever it is, or whatever beef with that is. But that alone, I would think that the XFL, which, didn't they have how long did they have that no fair catch rule?
Oh, it was only a matter of a couple of weeks.
Right. So if the thing is, the NFL's trying to be too safe.
Yeah.
They're trying to protect their players more, so it's dulling the game down. I don't think people want to see people get concussed. I don't think they want to see more brutal game.
Video of Tom Savage.
It's
bring
terrible.
this up all the time. Playing the 49ers a couple weeks ago. And he got hit, and he had a seizure on field from being concussed.
Yeah.
And they let him back in the game.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I don't want to see someone having a seizure on the field because they get concussed. I don't want to see that. So far this year, we've seen, and I like football, and I'll say this.
Sure.
Because this year has been out of control in terms of injuries. Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, both going down with torn ACLs. You had Zach Miller, knee bend the wrong way.
Yeah.
They had to do emergency surgery to save his leg.
Yeah.
You know, his football career is completely put to the side. You had Ryan Shazier suffer a spinal injury. Same situation.
Yeah.
Emergency surgery probably to save
his
mobility
ability to walk. Yeah.
You know, I understand that football is a violent game and there's only so many measures you can take to make it safer. But if the idea of, because one of the things is that Vince's trademark was for the love of real football. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Oh, for the love of football. But the other one, the URFL.
Yeah.
You know, United Football League would be UFL, but what would URFL be? United Real Football League? Is the idea to kind of bring things back to what the XFL was to make it seem like it's less sanitized or something?
Yeah.
Would Vince really want to do that when he's embroiled in a concussion lawsuit and he's taking all sorts of measures to keep Daniel Bryan out of the ring because of his concussion history? Do you really want to put a football product out there that is advertised as more dangerous than the NFL when one of the possible reasons for the NFL's ratings decline is because of safety issues?
That's the crazy thing, is that you have a once massively thriving business, and it's still thriving, but just not to the levels that it was previously. And so you want to say, okay, is this really a business I want to hop into right now when there are so many factors that we don't know why it's on the decline?
Yeah.
Because it's a massive undertaking.
Oh yeah.
Especially if your task, if this brainstorming session between Trump and Vince McMahon, if we're thinking this might be real, is let's screw the NFL. I want to build a competitor to them, which I'm not sure the president of the United States. There's got to be all sorts of ethical concerns with him dipping into a business, another business venture.
You would think so.
It's just it doesn't seem like smart business to start up another football league.
It's a horrible business decision.
It's a terrible business decision.
On pretty much every metric I can think of, it's a horrible idea. If it's just simply a reactionary move, horrible idea.
Yeah.
If Vince thinks there's money to be made as a competitor to NFL, horrible idea, unless he's planning on holding games in, like high school football stadiums.
Right, yeah.
So he can actually have sellouts potentially. And then, striking a TV deal with, like, I don't know, Pop TV, for dollars or cents on the dollar what the NFL gets for their broadcasting rights.
Some of the chatters here is talking about make them tackle like rugby players play NFL under rugby rules. I think if they want to be real purists, bring it back to OG football, leather helmets. I mean, you've advocated this before, kind of tongue in cheek. I get it's tongue in cheek.
I wonder what would happen if players wore less equipment.
If they did, knowing full well that if I go helmet to helmet, which is leather to leather with some other guy,
or just taking it back even further, head to head.
Yeah, I'm literally going to die, and so chances are I'm not going to do that. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's. I think the weirdest part about this is the idea that the president of the United States could be contacting Vince McMahon. I mean, they're good friends, we know that, and saying, "Hey, I hate the NFL so much. I want you to restart the XFL."
Crazy.
I'll give you all sorts of great business tax benefits.
Ridiculous.
And stuff. It's so weird.
But not outside the realm of possibility.
No, everything's weird right now.
Everything
is really weird right now.
Really weird. So Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso had his own take on it. And he speculated that Vince is, quote, leveraging the XFL plus any and all other Alpha Entertainment projects into his next round of negotiations for his television rights in 2019. Whomever acquires the WWE television rights would then presumably receive the first right of refusal for any other McMahon-created project, which would include a potential return of the XFL. I don't see how the XFL would possess any value whatsoever to broadcasting partners at this point.
No.
So I don't see how he can leverage a league that already failed once.
I mean, I wonder if this is kind of a stretch, but I wonder if any of that might be Vince's initial survey of the television rights fees scene and thinking, oh crap, I need to come up with something else to entice people because the initial outlook isn't great.
Could be
for us maintaining what we have been getting in the past, or for us upping the.
So he's trying to enhance the value proposition for would-be broadcasters.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if this was. Maybe, I mean, again, throwing the spitball and throwing this out there, maybe he saw the numbers on the 30 for 30 on the XFL and figures maybe there's some sort of entertainment narrative-based properties that he could, possibly do, or reality / narrative property he can do with football in some
Could
manner.
be. I mean,
there's any number of projects you could do.
Hard Knocks on HBO, every year they follow a NFL team during training camp is really popular. And it's a really well produced show. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean the culture of football. There's still a lot of money to be made there, and there isn't that much sort of entertainment content. Beyond the actual game itself. We mentioned, you mentioned Hard Knocks, and there might be a couple. I mean, there's obviously the NFL Network, and they produce programs of their own. But I don't know. Maybe there's something else. Maybe he's going to do a narrative movie based on the formation of the XFL.
Could be.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I mean, it'll be interesting to see come with January 25th of next year. If there's any news about it. It's interesting that WWE even responded to all these rumors. So
what about like a Glow type Netflix series that's about the XFL?
But they rename it UFL?
Yeah. Or they just do a complete narrative thing. I don't know. Maybe he likes Any Given Sunday and wants to do that. I mean, the goofiest thing about that movie, there's a lot of goofy things about that movie, was the fictional league that they were in.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
It really was.
It was super cheeseball.
Some people, do you think does he think people will watch a narrative series about bad football? I guess if there's compelling characters, they could.
Dude, if it's like what was it called? Necessary Roughness?
Oh yeah.
Maybe he's gonna do something like that. That'd be cool.
All right.
I mean, I'll be honest. There's any number of cool things that could be done with football that isn't starting an entire football.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of smart business ventures that don't involve starting a football league.
Yes.
So I don't know, like an animated series, like an anime of the XFL.
Oh, that'd be
UFL.
cool.
That'd be rad.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Ultimate Real Extreme Football, whatever they're going to call it.
Ultimate Real Football League.
Ultimate Real Football League.
It sounds like
Real.
Ultimate Frisbee.
Uber Real Football League. Yeah, maybe it's going to be Frisbee. There's a Frisbee park near my house over here.
Yeah.
People love that stuff, man.
I know.
Super Frisbee or Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, you ever played that?
No. I'm terrible at Frisbee. I can't throw that thing. It just goes that way.
It's fun. I've done it once.
I hate it. Gypsy, like, I like tossing it to Gypsy sometimes, but then she just breaks it like the first time I toss it.
Well, yeah, she likes chewing things up.
She likes destruction. That's her thing.
She really does.
Yeah.
Before we continue with the next story, Robert Alomar, Adam Mayhem himself, $5 super chat, came in late, but he has to point out Ring of Honor is going to be doing great stuff in the year 2018. Sure seems like it.
So I haven't seen Final Battle, but from what I heard on the Twitter, their TV production actually stepped up a little bit.
Cool.
And so I'm wondering, they might be, I don't know, maybe they're looking to be better or something in 2018.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good.
Their promo stuff is so cheesy. I know that's just their thing, is to be kind of old schoolish, but like their promo stuff is so cheesy. It's like it's up against the Ring of Honor backdrop.
Oh yeah.
So much, and then they got the knee brace ads and then the heart health ads. I love them all. It's so great.
Yeah.
I got to start watching.
A couple people here in chat are saying that Vince should look into buying the Carolina Panthers, who will be on the market at the conclusion of this season. That's a possibility if there was all this report of Vince doing all the stuff, save for filing those trademarks. I would have thought that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah. But the trademarks are kind of everything.
Yeah. And also, I highly doubt the NFL would welcome Vince McMahon into the fold.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
because any sale has to be approved by all the other owners. I'd be very surprised. Anyways, next story.
So,
go ahead, Steve.
2018 Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame class potentially leaked. Reports started surfacing on Saturday. The 2018 lineup for the WWE Hall of Fame has been leaked. The list of entrants originally posted by Twitter user, once again,
listen, Brad, President here. Vince told me who's going into the Hall of Fame. It's great. Kid Rock. Kid Rock headlining.
Apparently Kid Rock's supposed to be in there for the entertainment thing.
I mean, it's debatable whether you can consider him an entertainer.
Oh, come on. Don't be rude. I know he's crazy too. But I don't know. Some people out there.
Well, it's a celebrity wink. He's a celebrity.
He's a celebrity, yeah. He had some songs that were hits.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're necessarily good.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Let me ask you something. Number one, it should have been Motorhead.
Yeah.
It should be Motorhead. Or at least Lemmy. Number two, I mean, in my opinion, the next batch of like entertainers, it should be Motorhead number one, then Limp Bizkit, and then Kid Rock.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Come on, you can't be mad at Limp Bizkit.
I'm not mad. I just don't like their music.
Their music is crap, but Fred Durst seems okay. Have there ever been any reports of him being like a raging jerk?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't. He was on Twitch playing Call of Duty. How do you hate that?
I mean, if that's
rolling,
how he wants to
rolling.
spend his time.
You can't say that Rollin' wasn't the perfect theme music. Let me ask you something else. If Jim Johnston came up with Rollin', it was Jim Johnston featuring Fred Durst, right? That would be a classic theme song.
I still wouldn't think it's that good. Of a
Oh
song.
man,
No.
I think you're wrong about that. If it was specifically made for the Undertaker, that'd be great.
No, it'd be awful still.
Anyways, Kid Rock, entertainer, but headlining Bill Goldberg himself.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
that
neat.
seems to be a pretty solid and safe pick.
Yeah, well,
to be the headliner for next year's class.
We figured we'd be looking at either Undertaker. Granted, he hasn't officially retired, but my God, how are you going to come back from laying your boots and your hat and your coat? No, coat and hat.
Yeah, in the middle of the ring and then descending below the ramp.
Unless he's going to, relink up with Fred Durst and be American Badass 2.0.
Yeah.
And then Big Evil.
Yeah.
And then and then we also thought we figured, The Rock could be any year.
Yeah.
And Batista. But if Batista's going to do one more run, then it's
it
probably going to be pushed
seems
off.
unlikely that he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, yes.
Next up, Ivory.
Yeah, that's cool.
Solid pick.
Yeah.
Very solid pick.
Member of a very underrated faction, Right to Censor.
You love the Right to Censor.
Not really. I think it's just
weird.
I think that idea is just weird.
It's a hell of a wrestler, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then this is great. The Dudley Boys.
Yes.
ECW Originals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Devon is working as a producer backstage for WWE right now, and I think Bubba just retired again.
At Final Battle.
Final Battle, so we'll see if this retirement is actually legitimate. And if so, then it seems like, again, a pretty good and pretty safe pick.
Oh, this is a great pick. This is a long time coming for the Dudley Boys. And then Bam Bam Bigelow. They always do, I think, a posthumous one. Usually
I don't know if they always do, but they have been doing it a lot
they've
more
been doing
frequently
it.
of late. Yeah.
Yeah, a posthumous one. Who's the posthumous last year? Who died last year?
Now let's do WWE Hall of Fame
2017 WWE.
inductions.
Let's find out who has died. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was the posthumous.
Oh my goodness.
Kurt Angle's, he's dead. Come on, man.
Oh, it was
Who was it? Rick Rude.
Yeah.
Rick Rude.
Rick
Very
Rude.
good.
Remember his son.
Oh, and DDP. He's dead as well.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Very much alive. And then finally Kid Rock.
Come on. Yeah, I know. Kid Rock's crazy. He's a big Trump guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What about Ted Nugent? He's
Oh
a big
God,
Trump
no.
guy.
Well, he is, and God no.
No good. Can you take me higher?
It's high enough.
High.
First of all,
Can you take me high enough? I always thought it was higher.
no. You're thinking of Creed.
Can
That's Can You Take Me Higher?
you really?
Yeah. Can you take me higher?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Doo 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 doo. That's
That
how the
doesn't
song
sound
goes.
any more familiar.
That was like their first major hit.
No, man. It was there. Hold up high and face it.
I thought that
My Own Prison.
I thought that was after.
My Own Prison, I think, was their
Higher.
first big one.
I don't know.
With
Again, I
arms
never really
wide
paid that close
open.
attention to Creed. Arms Wide Open was after Higher.
I know that, but I thought My Own Prison was the first
Maybe.
one.
Whatever. I don't care. It's Creed.
Okay.
Being very opinionated about my music today.
No, I'm just saying Kid Rock ain't all bad. Hopefully he doesn't win whatever he's running for.
Yeah, he wants to be a senator.
Like an actual senator or like
Yes.
a state senator?
No.
'Cause,
U.S. senator.
Oh, my God. What are his poll numbers like?
I don't know.
I don't think they're terribly good.
I don't think he actually ever officially kicked off his campaign despite selling
No! I swear.
signs on his website.
Yeah, I thought I saw signs.
Yeah.
Isn't that official
I
enough?
don't think he ever filed any paperwork.
Really?
No.
Good for him. He was just testing the waters, man. I need to test the waters. I'll run for something out here.
I am correct about Creed.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the higher song?
I just sang the chorus.
Do it again?
Can you take me higher? And there's a guitar riff. Doon, 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 doon.
Oh, look
to
at
a
this.
place where... Yeah, that's the
Oh,
video.
can you take... Real? That was before My Own Prison?
Yeah, I think
no.
so.
My Own Prison.
This has
No
become
way.
Creedcast.
Because I know what you're talking about. Yeah, hold on a
We'll
second.
find out what years they were released.
Hold on a second.
95.
My Own Prison is my... Oh, that's the debut studio.
Well, it's his debut studio
yeah,
album.
no,
then
I
it could
know,
be
I know.
before Higher then.
So My Own Prison was on this, and Can You Take Me Higher was not on this.
Well,
Human Clay was next. Let's see if.
Yeah, that's the one that has higher on it.
Okay, it's higher. There you go. So I'm good by 2 years.
Well, maybe. Depends what your definition of hit was.
My Own Prison was a huge hit.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about that.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to click on it. Let's see what
was the high? How high did it chart?
U.S. Active Rock, number 1. Mainstream Rock Tracks, number 2. We got pretty high in the U.S. 271. I don't know what all that means.
All right.
Hot mainstream
All right,
rock.
I can see the point.
Modern rock and active rock.
I can see the point.
All they're pretty good.
So I don't know how believable is this lineup. I mean, it's fairly believable. But I think anybody, if they want to say, okay, this is what the Hall of Fame class is going to look like, just do a little bit of research into it and could put this lineup up there and be pretty confident in it being reasonably believable.
This is a good list.
It is a good list.
I like this list. Make this list happen. And last year, I kind of vaguely remember last year when stuff leaked, it was all pretty real.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer getting that info, announced on WWE. I don't like when it's leaked.
Yeah, I know.
Or at least in WWE's Twitter, like one at a time. But, this is the age we live in.
It is.
Stuff gets leaked.
Yep.
So, I mean, okay, so one of the bigger questions here, though, is with Goldberg. Does a Hall of Fame induction mean, A, is he going to have a Mania match like we saw? Didn't Sting do that the same weekend he got inducted? He had this.
It was the following year he was inducted.
Following year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he did more stuff. Yeah, does this spell the end? I mean, is
No,
Goldberg...
I don't think so, because Kurt Angle was inducted last year, and he's already had.
Oh yeah, he had a sort of
a match
comeback thing
this year.
Yeah.
So I just think it
Could it mean? Does it mean that we're going to get more Goldberg then?
Maybe.
If that's the precedent, Kurt Angle.
Well, I think it's completely up to Goldberg what he wants to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If
WWE taking back in a heartbeat.
Yes, if he's content to, he's been doing a lot more acting lately.
Yeah. Hey, if this is to like butter him up a little bit, say, hey, Bill, we still love you.
Yeah.
And you're still a huge name. Come back and win.
Yeah, could be.
Come back and halt all plans that we have for burgeoning talent.
Yeah, come defeat Reigns for Intercontinental title.
There you go. That's the one thing I think Vince will probably draw the line at.
Oh, him beating
Bill,
Roman Reigns.
Come back and get beat by Roman Reigns.
You never know.
Roman Reigns is going to retire you. And then you can join the XFL. Hey, Bill Goldberg as a commentator.
That's a
for
good
the
idea.
XFL.
That's a really good idea. He did a great job commentating for the UFC.
He
Goldberg
did.
used to play professional football. That's actually a really good idea.
I love Goldberg, man.
Gustavo Gama suggests that Horace Hogan should headline. And then Sexton Hardcastle, $2, says Bobby the Brain. Also, no Vader again. Heenan's already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Heenan's already in. Vader still isn't.
Yeah, that's strange.
He's in our Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah,
Vader's one of the best, man.
he is.
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, there's any number of names who aren't in that. I was kind of surprised. Is this even the usual number of names that we see?
5. I think that's pretty consistent. Do you still have that tab up of who was inducted last year?
Yes.
Count.
What was the Warrior Award? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll hear another name announced.
One more. Who's that next name? John Cena.
John Cena.
He's going to be the last guy.
You think so?
No.
Probably not.
Probably
no.
not.
Not at all.
No.
Steve, we have a sponsor for today's show.
Oh, yeah. Big shout out. Big thanks to Fuego Box. We'd like to take this time to thank the sponsor of today's episode of Going In Raw, Fuego Box, Larson.
Yeah, everyone's done all the standard gift items, clothes, cologne, a nice bottle of liquor. Done, and done.
Yeah, we've got something different and much better than any of those this holiday season. Do you put, let's see if that works. No. Do you put hot sauce on everything? If so, it's time to check out Fuego Box, a hot sauce club that delivers boxes of small batch and gourmet hot sauces right to your doorstep. They focus on flavor overheat and always avoid gimmicky selections. Think of it as a hot sauce club for people who love food.
Yeah, to purchase, go to fuegobox.com and use code RAW1 for $10 off your first box. That's fuegobox.com. Promo code RAW1, RAW1, for $10 off the best hot sauces you've probably never heard of.
And of course, it really does help Going In Raw. If you guys were to click on that
Yes.
link, it's in the description, and check out what they have to offer.
Yeah.
So thanks again to Fuego Box.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, Matt Hardy apparently is going to lose some weight. He's going to shed some pounds and head over to 205
Well, not
Live,
only him,
Larson.
but Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's really weird. See, that's what we should do in WWF. A really skinny, small Bray Wyatt, and then like a really skinny, small Matt Hardy, and see how they would work out in the Cruiserweight division.
All right.
Got all sorts of great ideas for the speculative WWF.
Sure.
It's going to wear you down.
But WWE announced late Sunday that Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt will be wrestling on the upcoming 205 Live tour of the Northeast.
Yeah.
The weekend before the Royal Rumble, I believe. Steve, what are the odds this is done to improve ticket sales, and is it greater than 100%?
Yeah, what's greater than 100%? I mean, technically, I can't be more than 100% Steve, so 100% is all that there is.
This was totally done to improve ticket sales.
This was,
which is a bummer because I was hoping these shows would do well enough. They wouldn't have to resort to these measures to get people in the arena to watch 205 Live competitors wrestle.
well, here's my like main problem with it. It's not thematically
Consistent.
Consistent, thank you, with 205 Live. 205 Live is supposed to have all these really flashy wrestlers who do all sorts of great, crazy stuff. And that's what we were hoping for this 205 Live tour. And that's what we hope we're still going to get in, apparently, the undercard matches. But, if it was two other guys sort of in the upper mid-card that looked like cruiserweights, that could do cool
Or at least
cruiserweight stuff.
wrestled like cruiserweight. Say if they had, and it wouldn't happen. Say if it was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins at these shows.
Right. What about Finn Balor and Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
they're different brands, but whatever.
Yeah, who cares about that? That's an even more reason to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Like, they're guys who, I mean, I don't know, how heavy do you think Sami Zayn is? I mean, he might be tall. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. He's probably like 210. I don't know what they bill him as.
Right.
But that's not necessarily... Like Dolph probably weighs 180.
Yeah.
But
Sami
he's-
Zayn, yeah. Okay, so Sami's 6'1", 212.
Okay.
So he's like,
7 pounds over the weight limit.
yeah, exactly.
But that's
So
still-
it's not a big deal.
No.
Finn Balor's got to be, what, 190 or something
Yeah, I think
like
they
that?
bill him at 199.
Okay, yeah. So put Finn Balor in there. Sami Zayn, number one, that is a dream match right
Yeah.
there because those guys can really go. But Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy?
Here's my hope, and this is kind of a long shot, that at these shows they will start kind of working out some of the material they're eventually going to use at the Rumble and probably Mania, and we'll start get a taste of where this feud is going to go in ring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like the silver lining I see in all this.
It seems wildly...
And
I mean,
have them do it in
yeah.
front of a small crowd to see what kind of reaction it gets.
It just seems wildly distracting
Oh, it is.
to have these guys on there and doing this thing that's completely the antithesis of what 205 Live really is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then have 205 Live there, too. Because then, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's weird.
It is weird.
I like this. Somebody said, Bray Wyatt is the eater of worlds is going to need to be the eater of brown grains and vegetables to make 205. That's from Nick Cap here in the chat. It's pretty funny. You guys are pretty clever. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer, but whatever. It'll be fun. Like, it's still going to be. I still kind of wish that they were doing a West Coast swing.
Oh, they might, because if this is a huge if, because the initial plan, from what we understood, was that there'd be 2 rounds of live events, one happening one weekend in January, another weekend in February. We do know early and mid-February they're doing a West Coast swing, because that's when the house show we're going to is. There's Raw in San Jose, I believe, or SmackDown, one of the two. So it's entirely possible they can do a West Coast swing then. Who knows? Maybe they just want to concentrate in the Northeast for right now because they think the crowd would be, the hottest
Well, hopefully
for the product.
Hopefully Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt will help sell these things out.
Yes, I hope
And
so.
we'll get that West Coast swing. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This next story is my favorite story.
Yeah, you were super excited about this story,
I
and you
was
made a
so
point of telling
excited.
me
I want to put this on Dirt
that
Sheet
you won this on Dirt Sheet today. So, Steve, take the reins, please.
In an interview with NBC Sports, Triple H, the Game, Golden Shuffle, spoke about why he defeated Jinder Mahal. Spoke about why he defeated Jinder Mahal during the India tour.
Well, he was asked
earlier this month.
He was asked. He was asked
Are
about
we
the
sure?
match. Yes, sorry. He was asked.
Hey, during this interview, can you ask me about why I beat Jinder? Because I really want to talk about it.
And then they did. Okay, so here's his quote.
There's a lot of Triple H voice he get to do. I hope you're happy.
Amazing. It's funny. You see a lot of comments. Number one, I'm not adding the "it's funny."
No, it's in there.
It's funny. You see a lot of comments to the reaction of the fans there. India's totally different market, and WWE is huge there. One thing that people forget is the first time I went to India to perform was in 1996. I've been on their TV for a really long period of time. There are certain guys there in that market who transcend the business for them.
Keep in mind, he's talking about himself right now.
Yes.
When we were talking to our television partners about their marketing for the event, it was one of the things that kept coming up. It's why I was put on the card. We know what resonates in markets. Again, he's talking about himself, and we can see it in our numbers and see it in the research that our partners have done as well as on social media. So he sees Triple H in the numbers.
Yeah.
He sees Triple H in the market.
He does.
That's great. He continues. Again, I'm not adding this first part. I often think it's funny to me that people in America who have never been to India put their thoughts and their beliefs into other people. Like, clearly that's the truth. Ha ha ha. It's totally different there. The way they see things and react to things is very different. There are certain guys that once they reach a level there, it's a whole different ball game. Undertaker, Cena, it's just a different level of stardom.
Of course, he's talking about himself.
He's throwing himself in there with Undertaker and Cena. When we were over there a few months ago having business meetings, to hear the people who are running television studios, our internet company, say to me, I watched you when I was a teenager. You were like the biggest guy in the world. Again, he's talking about himself. This is great. He continues. I met a massive Bollywood star the other day who told me I was his entire childhood. He got suspended from school for telling someone to suck it. At a time in '96, when there were like 3 channels there, we were on one of them all the time. It's not to say Jinder wasn't over there. He was. Even though he got a massive reaction, he still needs to earn their respect. He's still growing and still new. Over time, he's going to grow and become a cultural icon for them. This is great. This is my favorite Triple H interview of all time. Oh, it's great. He's explaining why he's such a huge deal in India and why Jinder didn't go over. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. He's probably right. There's probably an element of truth to what he's saying. It's just amazing to hear a guy talk about himself in this manner.
And he talks around it just enough.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him sound like he's completely arrogant.
Because,
but at the same time, it would have been refreshing. It was like, oh yeah, we ran some numbers, and it seems like me winning was a better business move.
Right, exactly.
If he would have said that, I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
just him kind of talking around things.
Yeah, I know.
And kind of tooting his own horn a little bit.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's number one. He's probably right, and what you just said is probably the correct, the proper answer. But it's got to be kind of weird for him because he's talent, and now he's head office.
I know.
So it's not like he can say, "Yeah, we thought John Cena going over Jinder Mahal over there was really good. A really good move. John Cena is a transcendent
talent in the wrestling
over there.
world." Yeah.
But he has this is an awkward thing for somebody to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
Being so big over there. It's just he goes into such detail.
I know.
I was talking with a massive Bollywood star who said his entire childhood was Triple H the Game. He got suspended for saying "suck it." That's a great detail. That story probably tickled him to death, and he was dying to tell somebody about it.
I know.
And this is a good opportunity to do it. I'm not criticizing him at all. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I do too.
It's so great, and it's probably true.
Yeah, there's probably some truth to it.
Yeah.
It's just funny how he approached answering the question.
It's like paragraphs of him just going on about himself.
Yeah.
It's
While not
fantastic.
directly referencing himself for the most part.
By never saying himself. There's certain guys that once they reach a level there, it's a whole different ball game, meaning himself.
I mean Triple H, yeah.
You mean Triple H.
Yeah.
I like this quote too. It's funny to me that people in America who have never been to India put their thoughts and their beliefs onto other people. Like, clearly that's the truth. He loves taking the piss out of dirt sheets, man,
Yeah,
out of
I know.
the fans.
I know.
What did he say about Reigns?
Oh, he said,
People
well,
who don't think he's the top guy, they're not qualified to say
they don't
so.
know. I know.
I know. Like,
He's the authority on
if you've
on
never,
Reigns' in-ring talents.
if you haven't been doing this since 1990, whatever, and if you're not at the top of the food chain in the corporate structure, then you're not
You don't know.
qualified to
have an
say-
opinion one way or the other.
Exactly, yeah. Oh man, the hubris is great.
It is.
I love it.
Let's do a Raw preview, Steve.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Lesnar has been advertised to be on Raw tonight. I'm guessing we'll hear the official announcement that it's going to be Lesnar versus Kane versus Strowman at Royal Rumble, given that the Kane-Strowman match last week ended in double countout.
Yeah.
That seems a near certainty. That way they can have Braun in the match, take on Lesnar, have Kane in there to eat the pin.
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
Yep.
We're also going to get...
This is the most excited I am for any segment on
Oh,
Raw.
this is gonna be good.
Is Cedric Alexander
I
versus
know.
Drew Gulak.
I know, me
can't
too.
wait for this. I hope they really pull out all the stops, not only in the ring, but in terms of developing the storylines for both guys.
I want to see like big storyline developments on Raw so the crowd can kind of appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to see how the crowd's actually going to react to this.
I know.
You know?
I know.
If they're going to give it kind of the weight that I personally think it deserves.
Where is Raw at tonight? Continue. Let me look into that.
We also have Paige's group Absolution taking on the rest of the Raw women's division.
Well, I don't think in ring. It's just kind of continuing the feud going on there, and I think, of course, it's all build up to the a women's Rumble.
Yeah.
Rumble.
I imagine we're going to get a lot more brawling. I mean, what's going to inevitably lead to that Rumble is going to be like more brawling.
Yeah.
Where it can't be contained.
Well, not just all brawling, but brawling in relation to who's going to be number one contender for
yeah.
the Raw women's title, SmackDown women's title.
And then we're going to find out perhaps who will be Roman Reigns' next challenger.
Well, he's kind of got an open challenge for the Intercontinental title. Speculate. Who's it going to be?
Wait, did he already fight Samoa Joe?
No.
Samoa Joe.
That's going to be his match at Rumble, I think.
Well, there's like 40 days left. They can have a Samoa Joe Roman Reigns.
Oh,
like they did,
count out or DQ,
like they
or
did
something.
with Braun. How they just have match after match after match. They can do the same thing with Samoa Joe, and he'll learn from it. It'll be great. I'm going to say Samoa Joe, and then more Hardy Wyatt stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably going to do another folded tarp thing. They probably have a bunch of footage from that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they shoot that week to week or if they just shot a bunch of it and they're just rolling it out.
Well, the previous week, I don't. It was a different.
Oh, it was okay.
Different fabric. It looked
All
like
right.
something that was a little more.
They'll probably just do that again then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. I want some stuff on location.
Yeah, me too. I hope they do that at some point. They need to. I mean, you
They
can't
really
just
do
be
need
backstage laughing the entire time. But people seem to really like the laughing stuff. So you know how it goes with them. They just beat stuff into the ground until like they can't do it anymore.
I know.
So yeah. Good question. I don't know. Rockstar Spud, you think it's going to happen tonight?
No, I think it's going to happen on 205 Live.
You think it's going to be on 205 Live?
I think so. It'd be pretty cool to have him debut and Hideo Itami.
I still think they're going to do Spud with video vignettes.
Could be.
That's my guess at that. He
Could
seems
be.
more of a video vignette kind of guy, whereas Hideo's going to come out and just destroy some local talent. Some tiny local talent. Anyways, we'll open it up to some questions. We still have time for a couple questions. Did we miss any super chats?
Nope. I think we're up to date on those.
All right. Good. Wow. Crazy stuff. My dad sends out his yearly Christmas letter, and he's including some of our Going in Raw comic book stuff in
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I really wish he wouldn't do that. Although I'm not even sure who gets a Christmas letter anymore.
Well, I assume your family.
No, it goes out to like he's got this mailing list of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Christopher Meringue, the WB should do a 205 Live date from Reseda, California with no barricade and Super Dragon on commentary. Yeah.
I would love it. I think it's great.
Have a Excalibur out there before the show.
Yeah.
That'd be
Ronda
great.
Rousey might come out.
Yeah.
What's his face? Max Landis might come out.
Yeah.
Be good.
Maybe Dave Meltzer will show up too.
With his big
With
pad
his
of
notepad,
paper,
yeah.
Notepad, yeah.
Taking notes.
Everything is 5-star matches.
Jordan Davis, guys, if WWE ran WrestleMania in LA again, where would it be? The Staples Center or the LA Coliseum? Neither. It'll be at the new stadium they're building on the old site of Hollywood Park in Inglewood.
Is that going to be 2019? When's that going to be ready?
I don't know. I flew into town last. They're already doing work on it.
Okay.
Because the flying to LAX, we flew right over it. So probably 2019. So maybe 2020 or 2021. You can expect WrestleMania
Mania there.
in LA.
Gabriel Ribeiro. Who do you guys think should be the next Cruiserweight champion? Drew Gulak. I really want Drew to win tonight, and I want him to face Enzo.
I am rooting for Cedric Alexander. I want Cedric to win it.
Let's see here.
If Vince does the football, name places they are going to put the teams at. Well, you can expect major markets like Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Houston.
I know there are some markets who have stadiums with no teams, I think. Doesn't Kansas City have like a...
They have a football team already.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of basketball for them. I think they built like a...
Yeah, there's a Kemper Arena, I think.
Yeah.
Neither Kansas City nor St. Louis have professional basketball teams.
Yeah. Major markets.
But I would think it would be major market, but also places where there's stadiums, because you can't have the expectation that they're going to go to New York and sell out Giant Stadium.
Yeah, no,
That's not going to happen.
no.
That place is massive. Or same with Dallas. They're not going to sell out Cowboys Stadium, nor would I think Jerry Jones let them do that. They probably have to play at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. or I don't know in LA. Like there's a Coliseum and there's a Rose Bowl, but both of them seat like 100,000 people.
Yeah, right.
And when you have 10,000 people at the game, it's going to look
That's goofy.
Oh, the place the Charger plays, where the LA Galaxy plays.
Oh yeah.
I think that has capacity about 30,000.
Okay.
So that way, when 10,000 people are there, it looks less empty than it would when the LA Coliseum is like holding a tenth of its capacity.
Yeah.
So that's an option. I think it's be major markets, but not only that, major markets with smaller stadiums, like smaller college stadiums or something.
Michael Long, is Jinder done for now that he's been buried by Triple H and lost to AJ?
Yeah, I think AJ kicking out of the cloth last night is a good sign that his time in the main event scene is over.
I think you're probably right. I want good things for him. I want him to remain an upper mid-carder, but even that, I don't know how long it's going to last.
Joe Juarez says Cotton Bowl holds over 90,000, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, okay.
There's got to be some like mid-major college. Oh, like I don't know how big a stadium like SMU in Dallas. I don't know how big a stadium they have. I don't even know where they play. They might play at the Cotton Bowl. I don't know.
Dave Meltzer said Disney is interested in purchasing WWE. Chris Kimmel, and then SMCW also says, have you heard anything about WWE selling to Disney? Chris Kimmel just told us that Dave Meltzer said that. So
hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. A little late.
I mean, Disney's buying everything.
Boy, that'd be really weird.
It would be
really interesting.
And if that were the case, then you would see WWE product probably air on the Disney family of stations.
ESPN, ABC, ABC Family.
Although that's the best fit, but
ABC Family. I don't know. Yeah, what other stations does Disney own? Disney.
Well, the
TV
Disney
stations.
channels. Again, not a good
Oh
fit.
yeah, can Raw be on Disney XD?
But it could be like on ESPN or ESPN2.
Can they put it on Turner Classic Movies?
Oh, that'd be cool.
What is Super RTL? I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea.
Disney Television Networks. What is Jetix?
Who do you think will move to the main roster after Mania? Drew McIntyre. He's getting called up.
No way Jose is going to get called up as one of those weird, like, he's getting called up with nothing to do, and he's going to be like the new Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Because, like, he has to go up at some point.
Yeah. Oh, there's A&E.
Oh, they have Lifetime, too. They could be on Lifetime.
Wow. I didn't know Disney owned Lifetime. A&E. Lifetime. All the Disney channels, ESPN.
Yeah.
Nothing kind of on par with USA in terms of their cable.
Would they ever be cool to be on an ESPN?
Well, I mean, ESPN used to show AWA.
They have Monday Night Football, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a conflict there.
A little bit.
Because it's definitely not going to be on ABC.
Oh yeah, are they gonna own Fox's?
Who? No, it's just Fox's movie production and television production that Disney bought.
So does that mean like? Because I know they're not buying Fox News.
No, I don't think they're buying Fox Sports either.
Okay.
It's just like television production, like TV, like narrative TV shows and movies and stuff.
Yeah. It's just KJ. Do you think 205 Live will stand the test of time? I think if 205 Live went away tomorrow, in 5 years, we'd be like, man, I really wish they had just sort of stuck with that and seen what they could have done.
Yeah.
Because I still kind of think that we're in phase 1 of 205 Live.
Yeah. Gabriel Ribeiro, who do you guys think will win the match between Jericho and Omega? It was just announced for the weekend. This could be a no DQ match.
No DQ. They're going to bleed.
Yeah.
They're going to bleed in that. Do you see that? Kenny Omega, he was like, yeah, I need to get special permission from them.
Yeah, I read that interview you did with Rolling Stone. That was good.
Yeah.
Omega's going over, though.
FX.
See, but I don't know if part of the Disney deal was
the
their
actual
networks.
Stations. It was.
I don't think it is.
production.
I think it was just the production studios they bought.
Yeah.
That was my understanding.
Yeah.
I can check real fast. Because I actually saw a really good breakdown of it.
Do you guys watch OSW Review? Not on a regular basis. I've watched a couple here and there. It's good stuff. Did they do it?
Disney will pay over $50 billion for Fox.
which for its part will spin off Fox Broadcast Networks, the Fox News Channel and Fox Business Channel, the Fox Studio lot in Los Angeles, and several national sports channels, leaving them in the hands of 21st Century Fox.
So it doesn't sound like they're buying any of the networks.
Okay.
So FX, Fox Sports, that would all stay put.
Stop pressing 1 for Gypsy. She does not deserve it. She's a pain in my butt. All right. Any more questions, or can we move on with our day? We still have to, later on twitch.tv/Stephen Larson, the 3rd episode of Stephen Larson Book Raw is coming up. It's a great episode. We've got a lot of great things planned.
Yes.
The last week's episode from Twitch is up on YouTube right now.
Yes. Oh, this one that we're doing today is going up on Christmas Day.
Oh, nice.
And then the following one's going up on New Year's Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice. Will Don Callis join Bullet Club by costing Jericho?
I don't think that match can have any interference. It shouldn't.
Oh, no, it definitely shouldn't. This isn't the WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then Becky Lynch wants Sami Zayn to be
saw
her
that. That's
partner.
interesting.
That was a great little promo she did.
Yeah.
She's like the most charming person in
So
the
she
WWE.
wants to team up with Sami Zayn. Nia Jax and Braun want to team up. And then I think Finn and Bayley.
Yeah, Finn said Bayley wants
That's
Bayley.
all good stuff.
That's all great stuff right there. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
I'll actually have to watch Facebook Watch.
I know.
Although somebody on Twitter was like, man, I was looking all day for like a Facebook Watch app. Can't find it anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they...
Was it actually a thing?
I don't know if it's... the thing I read about it was a while ago. I thought they said it was already a standalone app. It's a tab on the desktop version. But I don't know if they actually released a standalone app yet.
Nope. Little book for Facebook Watch.
No, I guess not yet.
What a load of crap. Anyways, all right. Well, that's it, everybody. Where's my out music? Hilton, can you hit the out music?
They can see you pressing the
Thank
button
you,
pretty
Hilton.
much.
You should be hearing music now, thanks to Hilton. Anyways, that's it for now. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.